John was a bright young student in Malawi. As a teenager, he was handpicked by local leaders of his faith tradition to study at a school in Zanzibar, Tanzania. The goal was for him to learn how to go into unentered areas and create new followers. During his time there, he learned a lot about his own religion, and the next step was for him to also learn about Christianity, since he would be interacting with Christians regularly.
After 3 years, they said you go back home and you research the King James Version, this one. You go there for that one. Special for the King James Version. Why King James Version? Because they do believe that the King James Version have got a good explanation than the other version.
John enrolled at an Adventist school and joined a youth group. He attended all the classes and engaged with pastors in discussions about Adventist beliefs. All the while, he was sending reports back to the religious leaders in Zanzibar.
Eventually, after 3 years, studying at Rwand's mission, the Seventh Adventist mission, is where now I come to say, I do understand the Bible.
John felt convicted to give his life to God and was baptized at a camp meeting. After his baptism, he stopped sending reports to Zanzibar. John's father was furious.
My father, to him, it was an ambition that I was to go to Zanzibar, and when I come back from there, they respect me. So to him, it was a privilege that, my son now has gone higher. So when he heard that I have converted into Christianity, and now I have been baptized into Seventh Adventist, to him, it came like a blow.
But despite rejection from his family, John continued to pursue ministry. Eventually, he was chosen to be a global mission pioneer.
So they picked me to put him into global mission pioneer. Can you see now? To go into and enter the areas. So the first mission wanted me to go and enter the areas. They had the same idea. God just tended to go to Seventh Adventist and be a global mission pioneer.
He ministered for 10 years as a pioneer, following Christ's method and sharing his testimony with people he met. John hadn't finished his education yet, so he enrolled at Malawi Adventist University.
I wanted to pursue my degree. Graduated in 2018. So I appreciate God. I thank God because I'm now a graduate, and now I know many things than before.
From his teenage years to his time at the university, John knows firsthand the difference Adventist mission schools make in people's lives. This quarter, a portion of the 13th Sabbath Offering will go to help build a community outreach and leadership development center on the campus of Malawi Adventist University. Please pray for those involved as the project develops. Pray that more students like John will come to know Jesus through Adventist education. Thank you for supporting mission through 13 Sabbath Offering projects like this. William H. and Nora Anderson were leading pioneers of Adventist mission to Southern Africa. They blazed the trail for an expanding mission throughout the southern part of the continent. After ministering and establishing work in several countries, Nora succumbed to blackwater fever and died in South Africa. Several years later, William got remarried to Mary Elizabeth Perrin. The couple served in Angola from 1924 to 1933. William used his experience and position as superintendent of the Angola Union Mission to advance the gospel message over those 9 years. The Andersons scouted future sites where they could establish mission institutions. The work was too much for just them, so other missionaries came to Angola to support the spread of the Advent message. New mission stations were established in the eastern part of the country. The Lukusi and Luz missions were opened. They offered services such as medical care and education. Through Christ's method of ministry, many people came to know the Adventist message. Today, there are more than 500,000 Seventh-day Adventists in Angola. Statistically, 1 out of every 59 people is an Adventist. One of these people is Joel. Over the course of his life, Joel explored the teachings of several Christian denominations. He had a lot of questions and never felt fully convicted by any of the teachings, but eventually settled into a congregation.
Então eu tive o problema do meu carro.
I had a problem with my car. It was missing a part. So I had a friend from Shakati who was an elder of the Adventist church. And I went there and asked him, "Find me a man that has that part." And he did it.
Joel's friend asked him to join him at church the next Sabbath. After Sabbath school and the sermon, Joel was given a book that answered a lot of his questions about God.
Grandes conflitos.
The Great Controversy. I read. Then he showed up and brought me some booklets.
Uns livrinhos.
I read, absorbed it all. And then I started distributing them to the others.
After reading everything he could get his hands on, Joel decided he wanted to follow Adventist principles. He took what he learned back to his church, where the whole congregation accepted the message. Today, they worship every Sabbath and continue to study God's Word. The Adventist message is spreading in Angola through various means, but there are real needs here. This quarter, a portion of the 13th Sabbath Offering will help with 4 projects in Angola, from building a church and an elementary school at one location to a domestic violence and counseling center at another. Your offerings will help minister to those in need. Please support this offering so more people in Angola will come to know the love of Jesus.